Dave the Diver is a masterclass game. Single player games, yeah, those aren't my things, but this game has revolutionized the way I see fish. This game is so good, it wouldn't even matter if his name was Dave the Diver. It could be Jake the Diver or even Blake the Diver. Okay, maybe not the last one. Because this game is not about Dave or his diver. This game really goes above and beyond with its meaning that most people will just miss, because in reality, this game is Fish Taxi. The thing about Fish Taxi is that you have one simple goal: pick fish up and drop them off to their final destination. Now, this game shows how hard it really is to be a taxi driver in the modern age. The struggles that every business goes through is so beautifully demonstrated when the office is destroyed in an earthquake, and the sheer mental trauma that a business puts their employees through in those earthquakes. Now, something that I love about this game is how it really mimics the taxi business. There's constant pressure to bring in new clients and never-ending events. Every 3 days there's a new event. I mean, every 2 days there's a new event. Are you serious? It's every day with a new event. Where this game would not give Finn or his fish a break from having to explore deeper and deeper to quench the fish's desire to surface the ocean and live a fulfilling life as sushi. This game was so good, I almost felt like I was the one running a triple Michelin star taxi business. Where the first star comes from diving. This game explores the ocean beautifully. The 2D character models with 3D background was a very weird choice, since most taxi games until now have taken a more serious art style. So my first complaint, however, is that they seem to have forgotten how horrifying customers can be. But the pacing is done very well, is what I'd like to say, because this is probably by far the slowest taxi I've ever taken. Sure, you'll get small little upgrades to speed and upgrade your carriage size, but I've very often left poor fish behind because in my first run, I advertised the big fish. Fish Taxi is not just Fish Taxi. It's also a vegetable taxi, rice taxi, nursery taxi, and mermaid taxi. But probably my biggest problem with this game is that they never went to their roots and explored normal taxi. I think they focused very hard on branching off from a generic taxi business that they forgot where they came from. There is one thing that makes this game stand out from a regular taxi game, and that's the world building. Now, the game begins with you and Cobra, who is an old friend who has a great business idea: to exploit the big fish, the top 1% of fish. Now, I might be looking a little too deep into this, but Cobra is a snake. The rest of the world is just as fleshed out with small fish, slightly smaller fish, big fish, cold fish, warm fish, ancient fish, and blue fish. Then you've got my goat Duff. Now this man right here breaks all stereotypes in a fun and interesting way because this guy works from home. Then there's Dr. Bacon, enough said. You've also got Tsundere Princess, Seahorse Racing, and of course, Chef Psycho Bancho. Now this is probably the best part of the game when you're not focused on your taxi business. The thing is, this game has the absolute coolest main character ever, Bancho the Sushi Chef Master. This is probably one of the best characters ever written. He's a man who knows no bounds when it comes to striking fear into the souls of fish. Bancho comes with a striking new look into the fashion that is chefs. You see these kicks? He's also probably one of the coolest characters ever designed because he reshapes the meaning of Fish Taxi. Not only does he push the taxi business to its limits, but he's also got an incredibly rich backstory. Now, I don't really want to spoil you guys, but Bancho had an incredibly humble beginning as a taxi driver. However, Bancho's first business came crashing in front of him when he almost literally hit a brick wall. It's a very sad story. But that's when he realized he needed to step up his
exaggerated swagger of a black teen,
which brought him to where he is now. Probably the best character in a beautifully made game. But he's only a side character. Fish Taxi gets a 6 out of 10.